Hey nerds, welcome to Jerry Bear Reacts. Today we're going to react to Tony and Peter See You Again, edited by Chloe, posted back December 29, 2020 with 104 views. Again, 13 subscribers. The runtime on this is 343. Shout out Halo. If you want to watch this uninterrupted, a link will be in the description box down below, as well as a link to the Patreon, the Twitch stream, and everything in between. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe for daily content. If there's a day, there's a reaction. Jerry's about to do his best work behind the scenes. Tony and Peter, the beautiful relationship between Tony Stark and Peter Parker. See You Again. Shout out Wiz Khalifa. I think this is the biggest song of his career. I think it's 15 or 16 times platinum. That's ridiculous. Anyways, we're going to go and get straight into it. Jerry, behind the scene, already said it. Bing, bam, boop. Let's watch.
Hey, I'm Peter.
Tony.
What are you doing here?
Real quick.
We met. You been getting my emails, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Hold on. I've always wanted to mention this about this. I was going to make sure this was in it real quick. First of all, Tom Holland already looks young enough as it is. He looks like a baby right here. But watch my man wink. He winks with his right eye, and then I know it's supposed to be like a joke about the wink, but he winks with his right eye, which is something she could have seen, so then he switches it to his left eye. I love it so much. Minor details.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been a long day without you.
Homemade suits, legendary, by the way.
And I'll tell you all
About it when I see you
You can do the things that I can,
we've come a long
but you don't.
way from where we
And then the bad things happen.
oh, I'll tell you all
They happen because of you.
when I see you again. When I see you.
I love Tom Holland so much. Him and Robert Downey Jr. together is perfect.
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
They'll get there. They'll get there.
Leave me when I needed you the most.
No thanks to me.
'Cause I don't really know how to
All I can think,
You were out there and I tried to tell you about it, but you didn't listen. None of this would have happened if you had just listened to me.
If you even cared, you'd actually be here.
carry on.
all I can ever think of now is the meme where it cuts back to Tom Holland. Like, oh my God, Robert Downey Jr.
Give me all the strength I need to
He said, guess what, mother lover, I do care. Can we talk about how perfect this scene is right here? Where he literally comes out of the suit. Because Peter's kind of fed up. He's like, if you actually cared, you'd be here. And he's like, I care more about you than you know. Zip it. Shut up. Zilch. Nothing. Don't say a word. If you're nothing without the suit, you don't deserve to have it. Simple as put. Something happened to you, that's on me. That's on me.
What if somebody had died tonight?
Exactly.
Different story, right? Because that's on you. And if you died, I feel like that's on me.
100%.
I don't need that on my conscience.
Wow, that cut there with the Infinity War hug.
And I wanted you to be better.
So give me the suit back.
This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay? God, I sound like my dad.
How do I breathe without you? I'm feeling so cold.
I love Happy in the background, just walking. Got the wedding ring in his pocket.
Here for you till the day you're home. Carry on. Give me all the
I love this scene as well so much because Peter is explaining everything that's been happening, and Tony is just so happy to see him. Beyond happy to see him. And he's not hearing a single word Peter's saying. It just leads up to the hug.
need to carry on.
Look at him just holding back the tears.
So let the light guide your way.
Man, if they wouldn't have had that moment, I think everybody would have rioted.
As you go, and every road you take will
I'm sorry.
always lead you home. It's been a long day,
The fucking pain in his eyes.
and I'll tell
I see his
you
face.
all about it when I see you.
And and now I'm here in space.
Yeah, right where I didn't want you to be. Susan, pull me your islands and future. This is what we did. You hear me? Don't pretend you thought this time. I know you did.
I
You
did
could
think this
not
through.
have possibly thought
You
this.
can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood.
Which it really pisses me off that he backtracked and said, okay, it didn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. You can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood to go back to. That makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. That's a bar. That's a great line. It's perfect. You can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood to go back to. It's 100% correct. There needed to be more scenes throughout the MCU early on with Peter and Tony. People are upset because they're like, you know, oh, in your comic book, Spider-Man made you shoot himself. And he did this by himself. Listen, what they're doing with Tony being that parental guidance, that father figure that comes in and helps make him a better version of the suit that has this AI incorporated with it, that helps Spider-Man progress rather than the same old like song and dance that we have with Peter of him being the one that created his own stuff. Sometimes it's cool to take a chance and not exactly have a carbon copy of the origin story that we got in the comic books. And I love this version of Peter Parker, who Iron Man and Tony Stark, that was his father figure, right? His parents have been gone for a while. Uncle Ben's been gone for a while by the time we get to the story. It's just him and Aunt May. So for him to now have this person to be influential to help him progress and to grow up, basically, for him to die is heartbreaking. And I really love the end of Endgame because Pepper literally lets Rhodey and Peter have their moments with Tony before she says the final goodbye. And I love Peter because when he comes up, he's like, Mr. Stark, Mr. Stark, Mr. Stark, and then he switches it over to Tony. And he calls him by his first name for the first time. And you just have that moment. And it's got to suck for Peter because he was holding on to Tony as he was dying from the snap, basically, obviously regenerating because of his abilities, sensing it because of the Spidey sense. And it was just too much. To then have the parallel of him being there with Tony in his final moments, just coming back, not getting to have a conversation, not getting to say things going unsaid. I think that's why immediately Tony grabs him for the hug when they first see each other, because no matter what Peter's saying about Doctor Strange and coming back through, it's just, I'm so happy to see this. The very first thing one of the first things that Tony says when he gets off of the ship in the beginning of Endgame to Captain America is, you know, we lost the kid. I couldn't save him. That was like one of the first things on his brain to say to Captain America, who he hadn't seen since Civil War, was like, we lost the kid. Like everybody knows there's something special with Peter Parker and there's something special with Spider-Man. So that's why Spider-Man's my all-time favorite superhero. My favorite shirt is a Spider-Man shirt. I have a wall above me of all Spider-Man pops. My wallet is a Spider-Man wallet. I have the Spider-Man PS4. It's just, it's literally a perfect character, and I love it. Also about the song See You Again, that's really interesting. I just learned that when they were doing Fast and Furious, when they were doing the movie where Paul Walker, after he passed away, and they wanted to do that scene at the end, they came to Wiz Khalifa, and they was going to have like numerous people on the song, and they just wanted him to have a verse in it, right? And then after he sent his verse, they were like, you know what? We kind of want you to do the whole song. And then they kind of tweaked the song until it was perfection, basically. Now it's a 16-time platinum song, which is wild. Biggest song of his entire career. Which is pretty great. I love the way this was edited. I love the moment where he's like, if you died, I feel like that's on me. And it kind of shows in the background a brief moment of, I don't feel, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good, etc. Which I mentioned numerous times through numerous Marvel reactions, left me weeping, as well as my entire sold-out audience theater weeping. You could hear a pin drop when that movie ended, and it was perfection. Love the video. On that note, I'm going to head out before this hits 10 minutes. Links to everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I will catch you on the next one.